Hello, my name is Owen Chapman. I'm in 11th grade. This is my presentation for my capstone project, which was to make an inviting modern space from an emptied out library. My mentor was Hunter Horn, who is an interior designer of School of Caldwell, and as you can see by the logo on the right, and Metro Schools is the logo on the left because I go to that school. So my objective, and so is my project, was to make an inviting modern space from an emptied out library. It was supposed to be completely filled up with designated areas and rooms, furniture, and furnishings, like paint colors, floor types, and so on. I was given this floor layout to start with. It was just blank. There's like some restrooms, some staircases, all that sort of thing, custodian rooms. I think there were three staircases, but yeah, I was given that to start off with, and I was supposed to put like rooms and furniture and furnishings inside that. So I chose this project of renovating the library because it's the one that interested me the most out of all the choices that were available to CACC affiliated students. I've noticed the effects of interior design before because the way a room looks, like in the inside, can either determine the kind of person that lives there sometimes, and sometimes it can also determine the quality of a place containing that room. Because if a room looks bad, it doesn't really set up for you to think that the place is going to be good. Same thing for like somewhere in like a house room, stuff like a school room or etc. So the method of my design was to use a software program called AutoCAD to place the objects that I wanted to be put into the renovation. I was able to do the objectives of what my mentor told me to do for the finality of my capstone project was to make rooms, furniture, and furnishings. So some constraints that I had were not figuring out the software at one point, not being able to draw inside the floor for layout at one point, not being able to place objects at one point, and also not being able to scale down the sizes of the objects at one point. I managed to figure out how to do all four of these things with my mentor's help and also pure luck. For the not figuring out the software, my mentor helped me out with it by explaining it to be a bit easier by finding some YouTube videos that helped me a lot to even be able to put the stuff down that will come up soon. For drawing inside the floor layout, again, same thing was the one of the YouTube videos on the playlist that I was given. Not being able to place objects. This one I found by pure luck with the help of my dad. We were just trying everything and then we managed to figure it out by the end. And also the same thing for scaling down the sizes of the objects. That one was just pure luck. We were just trying out the options and then we finally did it. And yeah, so here are my results. Like I said, after working my floor layout and breaking through the walls of all those problems, I managed to end up with this. So before I explain everything, I think I might have to say what my mentor gave me to do because I haven't really said what he's done yet. So basically, he just told me to. The space that I was supposed to be renovating is a library that college students and the public would use for studying and research purposes, like normal library. Like you can get books, you can study with others quietly, of course. You can just do all those sorts of things. And the client that we purchased the library out of, they removed all the bookshelves. That's why they were not in the original thing. It was just blank and everything else inside the library. And they wanted us to design a inviting art space for the public and also the students at the university nearby. Uh, so they wanted us to do this for collaboration reasons and also said studying if needed and just public outings, I guess you could say. Like there's also some study rooms and other stuff inside the room as well. So like you were supposed to break it down to two zones. The first one was the vast study area, which were consist of the study rooms, as you can see by the little the little rooms in the right side, the library. So those are because I couldn't figure out why the things were colored. I was trying to like make them black to make it look more like a blueprint, but it wouldn't work, and so that's why they're like all clustered. But basically, those are the brown things are tables, and then The black things are chairs like this, like office cubicle chairs, like the ones that like rotate. They're those kinds. And so they basically said 3 to 4 private study meeting rooms, which should be able to hold 2 to 4 people each. And as you can see by the amount of chairs, there are 4 chairs per room. I know the scale looks awful. I couldn't figure out why, but I had to majorly scale down these things, and the scale does not work. So that's why some things look absolutely huge, even though this library is insanely big. I couldn't fix it, so I just had to go with it. And then the other part of it was the computer lab, which is just like I said, is just a computer lab. It's supposed to hold about 15, 20 people. Mine holded 16, which are the 2 tables of one having 10 chairs, one having 6 chairs. And there's no computers inside AutoCAD that you can place inside, so those are like metaphysical, I guess. So like pretend like there's computers where chairs are, like right next to them, adjacent to them. Yeah, and also I know that they're like kind of blocking the doors. I couldn't. The scale was just way off, so I could not fix this because it would try to like adjust to an AutoCAD function where they would just try to make them the same size as the wall. So I just had to go with whatever just would fit, and that was the ones I could do it. And yeah, those blue things are chairs. I don't know why they look like that, but they are. They aren't like the same ones as the other black chairs on for the study rooms. But yeah. And then for the other 40% of the space, it's not really 40%, but that's what he told us to do. uh, Hunter Horntorps to do. So the lounge area was the one thing they were supposed to do because it's a part of a student lounge for the students of university only. And like I said, the lounge is the relax, even though we have a relaxing area there, but that's for like the public. Yeah, but the lounge area is just there's like some coffee tables and just like chairs around there, some couches, just some round tables to meet with each other, talk with things, bring out the things that you need, that sort of thing. And yeah, I made those in there. The chairs are like those like wiry chairs that look like they're metal, but they're I don't really know how to explain, but if you've seen those like wire chairs, you would know what I mean. There's like this wire chairs, like they have like a lot of aluminum wires going down like on the sides. Yeah. And so yeah, those are couches, those gray things to the left, and then to the things above and below them are coffee tables. Again, I could not make them like solid, so it'd be easier to see. My apologies, but I had to go with what I could. The kitchenette, which is the thing between the computer lab and the lounge area, that is really bad, but that's the biggest I can make this image, so I had to go with that. But basically, there's a table in the middle with 6 chairs around it because it's a kitchenette, it's supposed to be small. The little things like to the side, to the left side of the table, and the 3 chairs on the left, those are supposed to be on the bottom. Those are supposed to be on a quartz countertop. Again, I couldn't place it in, so metaphorical. But that's supposed to be a sink on the left side and a microwave on the right side. I know that they're not supposed to be the same size because I would just not work, but I had to go with what I could. That's why the chairs look so small. And then on the left is a like a cabinet, just like store stuff in that isn't really food-esque. While the refrigerator stores food because that's the main function of a refrigerator. Again, same thing. Scaling was awful, but I had to do what I had to do. And finally, the big room is the collaboration room. Oh yeah, and also for the kitchen, I had to have cabinetry, a refrigerator, sink, and a microwave. And then the laundry, I had just a place for students to hang out. I forgot to mention that. Sorry. So for the collaboration room, it's a room with larger sized tables and chairs. It should be able to hold about 25 to 30 students. So I had about like 26 chairs if I remember correctly. Yep, yeah, okay, a little bit bigger. 1688, 1686, 16 plus 8 is 24. So 30 chairs, I counted a bit wrong. But yeah, there's just like 3 big tables that make like a T shape. And I just did it because they were the ones that could fit the most space while I didn't want them to look like the same way over and over again. And yeah, it's just a big collaboration room. You just sit around with people, talk with them. Like if you're not like lounging, maybe like you're studying, you want to study with your friends, you could like sit in the small tables or the big ones, depending on how many you have within your study group. Yeah, and then you can just collaborate with others. And then finally, you could also make like some things at the blank area. So what I did was I make a relaxing area, which is basically the lounge area before the public, so it's not like it has everything there. But there's like some sitting places around, like some square tables, some chairs, some round tables as well. Just some chairs around it. Again, I don't know why they're that color. I try to make everything black. It was just the way of the objects being put, but yeah, there we go. And then also, because there was no way to put furnishings in, I'll just have to like explain what they were supposed to be. For paint, it was supposed to be just like a sunset paint tone. Again, I forgot to put this in the presentation, but it's supposed to be like a sunset paint tone. So like some oranges, some blues, some reds and yellows, especially yellows for the like orange yellows for the sun sort of thing. Carpet tiles. This is supposed to be like some hard like wood-esque ones, and like some that were like well the ones that look like a carpet. And then for like some floor tiles, like the hard ones, yeah, there's supposed to be like porcelain looking, and they were supposed to go around the blank area. The carpet tiles are the ones with the rooms inside because it's softer. And then I also had for the quartz countertop, it just made one that had like a sanding quality to it. Again, I couldn't place it in there, so it's just metaphysical, like everything I've seen for the furnishing part. And then yeah, cabinetry. It was just a normal like cabinet that you have in your house, and yeah. So the results did match my objective by me eventually making refurbished space for the public and the students in nearby university. If I were to do this project again, I would 100% download Revit. The other people in my group made it look so much easier and they made it look so much better. I had to give credit to them. But like I said, it was giving me a ton of problems. So I didn't do really well on the whole scale, but I tried my best with what I could. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching.